All right, so let's start with a big story that we're tracking on WION at this hour, where U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo has taken a pretty firm stance against China as he has met with the Maldivian President Ibrahim Mohamed Solih in Mali. Now, Pompeo has said that China has in fact brought lawlessness to the Maldives and has also accused it of illegally occupying territory. Now, Pompeo's Asia tour is aimed at uniting allies against China's increasing political inroads in the region. Now, the top U.S. diplomat has said that the United States will also be opening an embassy in the Maldivian capital of Mali for the very first time, and this is being done in an attempt to try and counterbalance the Chinese presence there. Now, Pompeo will next be visiting Vietnam on Thursday and also on Friday, and this of course is going to be a pretty crucial leg of his tour in what is being seen as a pretty firm strategic and a diplomatic outreach by the Secretary of State of the United States. And to give us more insights in terms of what is the strategy behind all of this, we're joined in by our correspondent Jagrati Dave, who is joining us live from Washington, D.C. Now, Jagrati, try and give us some insights into what is Mike Pompeo up to. This is quite clearly upping the ante against China, although many would state that President Donald Trump still needs to get re-elected to follow through with this diplomatic push that he's trying to attempt here.
Yes, this is very much Mike Pompeo, who's a known hawk when it comes to China, going and meeting with countries in the Indo-Pacific to try and shore up America's strength in the region to counter the rise of China. We've seen it. We've seen Mike Pompeo dealing with Europe and Britain when it comes to Huawei and trying to persuade them to not commit to using Huawei in their 5G infrastructure. So this is something that is a concerted effort that the United States has been making with its allies to try to build up a show of strength against China on a variety of issues. You were talking about the increase in territory. There's obviously the issues with the South China Sea that an issue in the Indo-Pacific that is a key reason why he's clearly going to Vietnam and meeting the foreign ministers of many of these countries. Of course, as you mentioned, this is all happening in the last week of an election campaign, which President Trump has used as a platform where he's talked about China on this platform and used that as a campaigning strategy, saying that he, if re-elected, would be the only person who would be strong against China, trying to posit Joe Biden as weak. Joe Biden has been doing exactly the same, saying that effectively President Trump's trade deals has been a capitulation to China. So, you know, it remains to be seen what happens after November the 3rd, once the election is over, whether there is a change in the Oval Office or whether there is continuity, and what impact that has on US-China policy.
Absolutely, indeed. And also because this is happening quite clearly in the backdrop of the crucial presidential elections in the United States, is this likely to play out at all as a factor for the American people in deciding as to who should in fact be in the White House in terms of their strategy vis-a-vis China?
Well, China has been a big campaigning vehicle for President Trump. He used China in his 2016 campaign, and he's doing it again. It remains to be seen exactly how effective this is once, you know, when he was campaigning the first time round, he was campaigning as a candidate with no experience in government. He is now campaigning as an incumbent, although he does like to present himself as the outsider underdog still, despite, as I say, being the incumbent, being the president for the last 4 years. So it remains to be seen whether people really do believe that China is to blame for the virus, as President Trump tries to portray it. It remains to be seen whether the support that he's got from the Midwest, where he has subsidized agricultural communities as a result of the tariffs, whether many of those farmers continue to vote for President Trump. China is one of many issues that is playing out in this election. The pandemic is another key issue that is playing out in this election. But of course, a lot of it boils down to the economy as well as one of the key issues that motivates people in voting, and whether policies have hurt people in their pockets or not.
All right, we'll have to leave it there. Thank you very much indeed, Jagriti Dave, for joining us and getting us all those insights there.